Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com. Alright, so this video is probably going to be titled Catching Them in Their Bullshit. So one of the things narcissists like to do, they like to twist things around that are absolutely not true. So they'll say, well, you know, everyone's narcissistic to some degree. They're on the scale. So yet on the other side, they will say, well, you know, narcissism isn't a big deal. I'm like, well, why is that? Well, it's only about, and here's the lie, okay? It's only about 5% of the population. No, not, that may have been true 30, 40 years ago, but not now. It's more like 15, 20%, maybe even more of the population. So on the one hand, it's no big deal. It's very, very little people. It's only 5% or less. So the odds of you encountering them are next to nothing. But then on the other hand, everyone's a narcissist. So it's like, okay, so make up your minds. Which is it? Well, it depends on in the moment which one helps them win the argument. So if you've noticed, narcissists will flip-flop back and forth from one argument to the complete opposite that they're arguing against 5 minutes ago, and now take the other side because now it's helping them win this argument. So remember, you're an empath, which means you're a very right-brain person. The right brain's mastery is being able to put the pieces of the puzzle together. So even if they said something a day ago, a week ago, a month ago, 2 months ago, just be like, whoa, wait a minute, you said this 3 weeks ago, or yesterday, or 5 minutes ago. Now you're saying the opposite. And they'll be like, And the funny thing is, they will sit there and pause, and you'll hear them go, yeah, okay, and they will just continue on because they're trying to figure out how to weasel their way out of this. Like, what can they say to get out of this freaking lie when they got caught? Alright, so this part of the video really is what this video was, stimulated this video, okay? So, another thing narcissists will say to us is they'll say, well, they can't help it, you know, they'll say, well, they can't help it, they were just born that way. Or it's just in them, and so you have to understand that's just the way they are. So I'm going to bring up a scenario that actually happens, and I've seen in my personal life, and I'm going to give you a scenario, an example. So let's say you've got a beautiful 1.5, 2-year-old beautiful baby little girl, and then you've got this son that's about 10 years old or whatever, and they accidentally poke her in the eye with a pen or a pencil. And so she has to go to the doctor and get surgery to get her eye fixed. And then they get mad and go into a rage, and they stab her in the head with a knife a month later. Well, she has to go back to the hospital and get surgery and say, well, she's just got a little brain damage, not a big deal. But this is a just beautiful little 1.5, 2-year-old just angelic baby girl that you love with all your heart and all your soul. And then after she heals up from that, about a month or two later, then this little boy runs the little girl over. And it's like, well, you just have to understand, you know, this is just the way he is. He can't help it. And then you got the child traffickers trafficking these little baby girls that are anywhere from 4 years old up to 10, 12, 13 years old, or however old, and little boys. And they're selling them to people who rape them repeatedly, who sell them even more to get raped repeatedly. It's like, well, see, you have to understand that, well, they can't help it because that's just the way they are. And then, of course, you know, when a narcissist drugs you or overdoses you or uses sleeping, you know, agents on you, like the date rape drug, you know, you have to understand because they can't help it. It's just the way they are. Or when you were a little child and your mother burned your hand on the stove because she's a narcissist. And see, what you have to understand is you have to understand that she just can't help it because, well, that's just the way she is because she's a narcissist. If you want, I can continue on. I can give you a ton of examples, a ton of real life stories that I've seen, things that have happened to me, happened to people that I know, clients that I've worked with over the years. The insane idea that the narcissist is going to tell us that we have to understand of the unbelievable horrors that they have done to mankind, and we just need to understand, and then we need to return with love and compassion. No, not at all. Absolutely not. Here's what you, the narcissist, need to understand. We're done understanding. We're done looking the other way. We're done acting like, oh, this is all okay because you said we need to understand. That load of bullshit of how we need to be understanding and compassionate of them and towards them is literally a load of bullshit. They're literally telling you, look, I know that I hurt you. I know that I tried to kill you. I know that I drugged you. I know that I poisoned you. I know that I've hurt this little 2-year-old girl. I know that I did these horrendous things, but you need to be understanding. And I'm just going to continue to go on and do all these horrible, horrendous things for the rest of my life until either I kill you, kill your children, or kill some of your friends, families, and neighbor people. And maybe if you're nice to me, then I'll just stab you in the back and I'll talk shit behind your back. I'll get you fired from your jobs. I'll turn people against you. And I'll just do, things like that. Okay? All I'm saying in this video is the whole idea when a freaking narcissist tells us that we need to understand them, bullshit. Total bullshit. Don't listen to them. Tell them they're bullshit to their face. Just say you're full of shit. Say you're a piece of shit. Because that's exactly what they are. Because they're literally asking you to act like you don't see it or to just let them do it because it's just the way they are and therefore it's okay. No, it's not okay, and we're done playing these games. We're done listening to you. Here's the deal, guys. Don't listen to a damn word that they say. Don't listen to anything. God bless you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Remember, click subscribe, click the like button, and go ahead and make a comment.